The top story at this hour, a helicopter carrying Iranian President Ebrahim Raisi and his foreign minister made a rough landing reportedly on Sunday as it was crossing a mountainous area in heavy fog on the way back from a visit to Azerbaijan, according to Iranian news agency. The state news agency IRNA reported that the bad weather was complicated rescue efforts. The semi-official Fars news agency urged Iranians to pray for Raisi, and state TV carried prayers for his safety. The state news agency IRNA said the helicopter in question had been carrying Raisi, Foreign Minister Hossein Amir-Bodolania and local officials. Interior Minister Ahmad Wahidi told state TV only that one of the helicopters in a group of 3 had come down hard and that the authorities were awaiting further details.
On the return journey, the president and others accompanying him were coming back in several helicopters. One of the helicopters was forced to make a rough landing due to bad weather conditions and fog in the area. Now various rescue teams are moving in a different direction of the area.
Fog and bad weather are hampering the rescue teams deployed in Iran's East Azerbaijan region to rescue the country's president on Sunday after a helicopter carrying Iranian President Ebrahim Raisi, the foreign minister and the local officials made a rough landing. This is what we know so far. My colleague Amritpal Singh has been tracking this story, joining us on phone line. Amrit, what all do we know now?
Crashed or made a hard landing. The state television of Iran is using the term an incident involving the helicopter in which President Raisi and the foreign minister Hossein Amir-Abdollahia was there, and there were some government officials, as you rightly said. They were traveling back from Azerbaijan, that is on the west of Iran. Both President Ali Bayev of Azerbaijan and the President Raisi were this morning jointly inaugurated a dam. And so this incident is said to have occurred in the East Azerbaijan, which is a province of Iran. So this incident is said to have happened on the Iranian territory. So there were 3 choppers. Bad weather, fog, heavy raids were in the region, and so the one helicopter lost contact. Of the fleet of 3, one of the helicopters contacted the central base and informed them that we are in peril. And after that, rescue teams have been rushed in the area, but because rescue is being hampered by bad weather, we don't know yet whether President Raisi is injured or anyone else is injured, what their condition is. But what is worrisome is that, it's been more than 4.5 hours, Sakal, that no contact has been established, no information is emanating. That's the cause of worry. But as you said, the more details are still awaited. So we don't exactly know the condition of President Raisi. The Iranians are not confirming whether he's safe, but they're not saying anything more than that. So that's the information we have as of now.
Okay, so there are also reports quoting the Fars news agency. They have apparently urged the citizens of Iran, the Iranians, to pray for Raisi. And the state TV reportedly is carrying these prayers for his safety. Amrit, so there is this underlying, really not jumping the gun, but this is also an indication that God forbid there could be a bad news.
Yes. I mean, when prayers are being called and things like that, and no information coming out after 4.5 hours. As I said, that's a cause of worry. But before anything can be said with certainty, whether any fatalities, any injuries have happened, one will have to wait for more information to emerge. And also, what you said about this. And the second thing, the rising tensions in Middle East between Iran and Israel, that puts a different spin on things. There is another angle that though these helicopters are tested, etc., but the fact remains that Iran flies a variety of helicopters, but international sanctions make it difficult for them to obtain parts. And most of the Iranian air fleet largely dates back to the 1979 Islamic Revolution.
Okay.
So, so the health of the fleet in terms of their operability is also in question. So all that put together does raise some worrisome questions. But everybody is waiting and watching for certain news to emerge, certainty on either side that what exactly transpired and what is the fate of the passengers of those ill-fated helicopters who either made a hard landing or crashed.
Okay.
We don't know as yet.
Okay, we have no such evidences as of now, Amrit, emanating. You've been tracking this of a situation, a crash situation. We don't know that.
It's a crash. They may call it an incident euphemistically, but it is a crash, yes.
Okay, all right. So we'll have to really wait and watch what more official news emanates out of the current developing situation. Amritpal, meanwhile, thank you very much for sharing those details. We'll request you to please track this story for us and share as we get more information on this developing story. Thank you. Staying with this big story now, Iran's President Ebrahim Raisi was inaugurating a joint dam project. We can show you those visuals. Yes, a dam project with Azerbaijan on the shared border, hours before his helicopter made a rough landing in heavy fog on the return journey on Sunday. The helicopter carrying Raisi and his foreign minister crashed as it was crossing mountainous terrain, as we already mentioned earlier, in heavy fog on the way back from the visit to border with Azerbaijan. An Iranian official says the lives of the Raisi and foreign minister Hossein Amiradobillah were at risk following the helicopter crash.